I follow two women on Instagram, and they they do porn on OnlyFans. Yeah. And what they always they when they share their stories or whatever, sometimes they're looking for, they call it content creators, right? Like looking for, yeah, that's what they call it. Looking for a male content creator. You know, got to be in shape. Your thing got to be real big. And this and that.
When they simply said male content creator, I thought you were in the mix. The next two qualifiers kind of sent you home.
And then sometimes they'll say, oh, yeah, definitely don't need any males, just looking for another girl to do this content with, or whatever, right? And so, and what's funny is I never see them ask about, like, when they're asking a list of qualifications, they never ask for like a clean, AIDS report or whatever. It's clean STD report. Yeah, so OnlyFans, I feel like it started with like feet pictures and like girls in like lingerie, and you pay for your girl you used to go to school with in high school, and she's on there, and you're just paying or whatever. And then it moved to like maybe they're using toys on themselves and this and that. And nowadays it's just it's a paid porn site, which is a little weird because Pornhub is free. But in any event,
like the rest of this is not weird.
Like, in any event,
paying to look at feet, that's cool. But no, you want to pay for actual porn. Now it's a little weird. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
I don't know any free paid feet sites. I don't know. Well, I it's not my lane, so who knows?
Go to the beach and go look at feet. I don't know. Like, what's up? Like, that's too funny.
So now they it's like it's like paid porn, and so they coordinate these. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, I follow two women on Instagram, and they they do porn on OnlyFans. Yeah. And what they always they when they share their stories or whatever, sometimes they're looking for, they call it content creators, right? Like looking for, yeah, that's what they call it. Looking for a male content creator. You got to be in shape. Your thing got to be real big. And this and that.
When they simply said male content creator, I thought you were in the mix. The next two qualifiers kind of sent you home.
And then sometimes they'll say, oh, yeah, definitely don't need any males, just looking for another girl to do this content with, or whatever, right? And so, and what's funny is I never see them ask about, like, when they're asking a list of qualifications, they never ask for like a clean, AIDS report or whatever. It's clean STD report or whatever, right?
That's not. I mean, you don't want to put that in social media.
Well, I'm just saying. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this here. I got a video at first, and then we're going to react. All right. 1 second here. And apparently, this is one of the biggest. The guy she's talking about is pretty much the biggest in this space.
Okay.
I'm just going to say, yes, he gave it to me. It's devastating to have to come on here and share that whenever I was 19 years old, Gucci third leg burned me with HSV2. And he told me that he was going to send me his test results. And he never did. And it saddens me to hear that he's done this to so many girls. And there's girls with so many similar stories to me. And they're so young as well. He is preying on the young. He is preying on the new. And I'm so sorry for not saying this 7 months ago. I was scared. And I was making so much money. I can't keep beating around the bush because you guys think I'm lying. And he can't ruin anybody else's life. I didn't know what he was known for. I didn't know who he was. I didn't do my research. And it is my fault.
So, and that guy, where we at here? He went viral for, like, he was saying how he slept with over 3,000 women in his time and things like that. And then he most recently did an interview with Aiden Ross and Academics, and he basically showed his report. He was positive for it or whatever, but he was trying to explain how it's not what you think, it's whatever. And then about how he's retiring, but not because this controversy is he wants to start something, a condom thing where he's going to promote safe sex now, and he's going to be on that side of things, and he's just not going to do the content creating anymore. But it's not because he got exposed for having, it's just a bunch of foolishness. But
That sure is.
but you see my point to bringing that up to where it's like, okay, she reached out or whatever, to do content with him, and and she went on there as well, and she was like, they made a lot of money for their video, and she liked him so much, after whatever, in less than a week, she got his name tattooed. In less than knowing him a week, got his name tattooed on her and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
So he's probably pretty good at what he do.
Despite the theatrics and the tears, she kind of summed it up. Like it was her fault.
Yeah.
Like, again, if you're going to be in that lane of work, you have to take the necessary precautions to do that work and not, let it fly on the test. Even, it sounds like there was some communication over test results, but it's like, if you're going to be a professional in that environment, you need the test result before you do the work.
Yeah.
Otherwise it doesn't matter. If you're going to email you test results later, what's done is done. So, unfortunately for her, she's incredibly naive and really had to pay the price there. He's a shit guy for, kind of doing that. But, in his mind, I'm sure the money was probably pretty good for him, and he probably doesn't have a whole lot of other talents, and this was the best avenue to make money. You know? So that's funny. But then the whole pivot. Like, dude, that's why I hate when people just recharacterize stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you're damn sure the problem is you've now been outed for having herpes and giving it to people. So there's not going to be many people in the industry willing to work with you.
Yeah.
So you've shit in your bed, so to speak, and now you got to go find something else to do. So it's just dumb. I just, it's kind of like that. The funny thing is that, did you see that thing with Jaguar Wright and Piers Morgan?
I've been seeing that name. Everybody's talking
to you
about
a long time ago.
Yeah.
But she's been super heavy on the Diddy stuff.
Yeah.
And she kind of does these rants, and they're all dramatic, and she kind of speaks from this perspective that she's been around and she knows what's what. And she's firing shots at Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now the interesting thing is she goes on Piers Morgan's show. Now he's a douchebag in his own right, but he's a bigger platform. And she goes on there and starts saying a bunch of stuff about Jay-Z and whatever, and then his attorneys fire a cease and desist order to him, and he's got to pull the content and apologize.
Oh, damn.
And so the interesting thing about it, it's kind of what whoever interviewed the Gucci third leg here, it's we don't have any control if a Jaguar Wright or Gucci wants to go on their platform and say what they want to do. That's where we are. But when you're a bigger, more established platform, and you give that platform to somebody who's just kind of full of crap, you're kind of endorsing them in a way, and legitimizing them by having them on. And then if they kind of just go off the rails, it's kind of on you at that point.
Yeah.
If you're Jaguar Wright and you're just recording your own shit and putting it up on your YouTube page, it is what it is. But if you're kind of called into a bigger platform and given a sit-down kind of interview, they're giving you some measure of credibility.
Yeah.
By doing that, and you kind of become culpable for that. So I say that in a whole roundabout way to say whoever interviewed this guy and let him kind of get away with saying that should really find something else to do.
Yeah, and they gave him a little pushback to be fair, but still, it's just crazy. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in that space now. Like I say, I don't utilize OnlyFans for that. So
what do you utilize it for?
I don't utilize it at all.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I wanted to be. I
you
reached out.
Disappointed that it's used for sex. I don't get this.
I reached out to a couple of girls to be an online manager, and
really?
in the OnlyFans space, and and a couple of those feet feet website stuff. And I came close.
You were gonna be the
like
foot pimp.
yeah, like I would take the pictures, I would post them, I would handle all of the communication with the men, and then we would do like a split. You know what I mean? Like a 50-50 split on the money.
Okay.
But they wanted to be greedy and take more, so.
And you were inflexible on that?
It's a lot of work.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta hold up all the conversations with the men. I gotta pretend to be the girl with the feet, and then I gotta take all the pictures, edit them, post them. Huh?
But what split were they pushing for?
Oh, one was like 70-30, the other one 60-40.
Bubba, you should have taken those numbers. Because here's the deal: with their feet, you're making money. Without their feet, you're making nothing. Work or no work.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. I don't know. I think you should have taken a deal.
Maybe so.
Left some money on the table, Bubba.
Yeah, maybe I'm not built for Shark Tank.
Very, very disappointing. And maybe you could have subbed out the communication work to somebody else.
Yeah, maybe so.
That's funny, though.
Yeah, maybe I'll circle back.
You should.
The old circle
I think
back.
let's revisit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it.